All right, you guys. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's a little noisy and on this bridge, and my air conditioner is running full blast because it's one of them dog days. It's too hot in here, you know. I got to get the Freon replaced in my car, but I think I have stumbled on to liquid gold. This is my what is it called? Magnum opus, I guess. This is my maybe not. No, actually, no. I have tapped into a really, really great content resource of content here. So basically, I want to talk about obviously the importance of mental health, and it's pretty crazy and overwhelming and mind blowing how relevant this is, how needed this is, how on point this is, how valid this is, blah blah blah, you know. This week was some kind of like self-care, let's just call it self-care week at college, something like that. I forget what it was called, but it was basically like that. And I have a really cool boss who is really big on that, really supportive on mental health. She's really kind and caring and understanding. It's really wonderful. Honestly, I'm very lucky. And unfortunately, I take her for granted sometimes, and I definitely shouldn't. I take a lot of things for granted, unfortunately, because I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I make mistakes. Excuse me. But some things have kind of happened lately at school where it's just kind of like I haven't been in the best mood about all the kinds of different spirit weeks and things like they've been doing and stuff like that. Like, haven't really been that big on it because I tried to be a part of something and they were basically like, no, you can't do that. You have to do it this way. You can't do it that way. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. And it was just kind of like, kind of didn't feel great, you know. So it kind of left the bad taste in my mouth, and it's made me feel like, kind of like whenever they have something going on, it's really great. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm happy for you. You know, like, I'm so happy for you. When you're really not, you know. And I was basically like that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. You do you, and I'll do me. How about that? How about I'll live my life, and you live your life? How about that? That'd be fine. I think that sounds great. Okay. Here we go. Living our lives. That's kind of where it's at and where it's been. So that's kind of how I felt. But things have gotten better. It's been a lot of things to navigate. And so, like I said, the whole thing that happened was kind of like left me in a bad taste in my mouth about school spirit and joy and participation in school, and all that stuff. Now, my own scholastic career aside and my education aside, that's on point. That's very important to me. That's so important to me that nothing else really matters. I mean, yeah, definitely other things matter, of course, but when it comes to my education, I'm like, nah, son, I ain't playing around. Like, have a good day. I ain't playing. Okay, goodbye. Bye. You know, it's kind of like that. So what I'm getting at here is I wasn't very excited about this whole... I just haven't been up with the school spirit lately. And then this week has been about self-care. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And now today happened, and then, like, all of a sudden, it's just been, like, a massive mental health type day. I took a half day. I left half a day early, basically. I left early today to take half of a mental health day, basically. And it's been so amazing. And so, talking about the importance of mental health, what I did was I got a gift card from school for something a program I participated in. And I did a good job. I made time. I showed up. I did what they wanted, blah, 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 participated. It was very good. It was very helpful to me. Very, very, very helpful to me. And they're like, okay, if you finish the course, you get a $100 gift card. I was like, oh my gosh. So it was amazing. Didn't have to do much to get a $100 gift card. So I collected my $100 gift card today. Woohoo! And then I went on down to Georgia. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. No, I did not do that. I'm not the devil either. Anyway, Charlie Daniels, get out of here. I drove down to Salisbury, which is far south to where I live, and where I even frequent. I was like, I need some retail therapy. I just kind of wanted to go there. And at first I was having a lot of impressions last night, this morning, about going to the temple today. And I kind of feel like I should have, but it was a grind, honestly. I just wasn't really in the right place to go, I think. It was just, I can make excuses or call them excuses or whatever, but honestly, it was kind of hard. It was hard to go. I was like, I'll just go on Saturday. It's a lot easier than going on a school day after you have school and then driving there. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. So instead, and I kind of was thinking earlier, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired. I've been going through some time lately where I haven't really had any money to spend, which is fine. I mean, that's life, and you know, I actually don't mind. I don't mind not having money to spend. It's nice. It keeps me in check. It keeps me from spending a bunch of money I shouldn't be spending on things that I shouldn't be buying. But I was getting that feeling, and I'm waiting for my tax money to come through. I'm waiting for like my paycheck to come through, because we had spring break the end of last month, our pay periods are off, kind of. To me, at least, I don't know when the heck we're getting paid. It'll be soon. It's basically like any day now, any second now, any night, I will get a text and say, you just got received this much money. And I'm like, yes, oh my gosh. So anytime now, the tax money will show up. Anytime now, the paycheck will show up. And when that shows up, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Not that money is what makes me happy, but it does make you happy because it gives you what you need to pay your bills and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And so going without much spending money for a little while, I've been like, it's starting to come up on me. And like, I mean, I take care of myself. I buy things. I'm a shopper. I definitely am. I don't like to admit it. I'm a shopper. Like, I like going and buying things. I just do. And I usually go to like thrift stores and stuff like that. I buy like little dinky things, but I still do buy them, and I do enjoy it. But books, DVDs, Blu-rays, things like that. So this feeling was creeping up on me about, man, I really would just like some retail therapy. I would like to just kind of go down and go to Salisbury and go to Ollie's and just go do a little retail therapy, you know, spend $15-20 or something, or not even that, but like just literally just go and spend $5-10. I'd be thrilled. And so today I got that gift card. I didn't know about it until yesterday. I kind of forgot. Got the gift card, and then all my plans started working out, including going to the temple on Saturday. So I took a mental health day, and things went way different today at school than I expected. It was a lot to navigate. And anytime you try to make a decision for your mental health, you really have to just like start acting on it, I think, because if you don't, then things will go differently. And I did, and things still went differently. But you kind of have to be careful sometimes. I think the importance of mental health that I'm getting to here in this video has been a lot of an anecdote and a lot of storytelling and a lot of explanation and stuff, and me not really getting into some other things I had in mind. But I really feel like that's because I have so much to say about mental health in general. But so I'm on my way back home. I'm like half an hour away from home. I had my mental health day today. Not the whole day, but half day. Very, very successful. Saw the missionaries at school. They go to my school to share the gospel and have a little table, and it's really cool. And so always great to see the missionaries. It is always great to see the missionaries, and that was a really wonderful part of my day. And I actually got myself a large strawberry dragon fruit refresher. I never get a large. I always get a medium or a small, because usually I'm pinching pennies like that, you know. But I had me that $100 gift card today. And I was like, all right, well, we're taking mental health. We're going retail shopping. Bam. Nothing wrong with that. Take care of yourself, you know. This is how I felt. And I was like, oh, this is actually awesome, because I think I'm a responsible person. I am a responsible person. For the most part. I mean, I can always be more responsible, of course, but I'm a responsible person. I pay my bills. I do what I'm supposed to do. And yeah, things aren't perfect, but I'm working on them just like everybody. And trying to get better and improve, of course. Always. And so today, it felt really good to just go down here and go shopping and have that kind of a day today. I just needed it. And I took it. I missed class. I had a class this morning that I went to. And then the class afterwards, I was just thinking I had a lot of reading to do. And I was just like, man, I am not going to get this reading done. I just can't do this right now. First of all, I'm not going to get the reading done. I'm going to have to skim through these subjects and read each one and write about them. So they're fresh on my mind. So I'm ready for the quiz in an hour and a half. And then I was just thinking all this stuff, and I'm just like, I actually don't need to do that. Not that I'm encouraged, and I don't. Let's take a moment here to let me make a statement. I don't condone slacking off. I don't condone cutting school. I don't condone not showing up to your responsibilities. I don't condone leaving people hanging. I don't condone any of those things. However, sometimes, and I mean, things do happen, and let me tell you something. If you want to claim mental health all the time, it's not going to work out so well for you if you're not being completely honest. Honesty is just as important as your sanity is. And so that's an interesting topic right there, our discussion. Honesty versus sanity, which one is more important? Right? Good question. But I did not go to my second class, and I didn't feel that bad about it. And that my teacher, I was lingering at school because I was waiting to get my gift card, right? And the teacher was on his way to school, on his way to class, and he walked right past me and the missionaries. He saw me standing there talking to the missionaries. So he knows I'm alive and well, and he knows I wasn't in class today. So he's like, Mr. Hubbard, Anyway, but I'm a good student. I work hard. I do my best. I'm there all the time. I do a good job. I get A's. I'm a good student, blah, blah, blah. And so this is the first class I've missed all semester in his class. So, hey, ain't no skin on my back. I ain't going to be mad about that. I ain't going to be sad about that. That is my challenge to myself, to not feel bad about it at all. That's my goal. I don't want to feel bad about it at all, because I did what was best for me today. So, the importance of mental health. Time is, I'm getting a lot said here and shared in not that much time, so that's really awesome. Mental health is so important. It is really like such a foundation for everything that we do. And I want to start by saying something first. And what I'm going to say is this. You got to be careful about how well you take care of your mental health and how important it is to you and how much you focus on it, because you can go the wrong way with it. And what I mean is, you can obsess about it, and you can become a perfectionist about it. And none of us are ever going to be, not perfection. Perfection is a tough thing. Things are always going to have we're always going to have aspects that we would like to do differently or better, I feel. And so we have to be really careful about that. We don't want to just be like, things aren't perfect, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Things aren't perfect, I can't do it. Because that is a mental illness right there. I don't know what that's called. Obsessive compulsive maybe, or something. Regardless of what it's called, my point is, take care of your mental health. Do what you need to do. Pamper yourself from time to time. Give yourself luxuries from time to time to help yourself feel better about things. Help yourself feel better about life, blah, blah, blah. All in good balance. Because if you do it all the time, it's going to suck. It's not going to mean as much. The value is going to go down, and you're going to be spoiled, and it's going to be a waste. So all of that. So be careful. Be careful how much you spoil yourself, and be careful about how much time you spend on your mental health, because you could spend forever on your mental health, and that's my point. the big point I want to make is it's important to take care of your mental health, but it is equally important to live your life. Don't forget to live your life, right? So, if your mental health is not there all the way, but you still have responsibilities, you still have things to do, maybe you just need to do them. Sometimes you need to not do them, like today. Sometimes you just need to take time to yourself, like I did today. So it's pretty normal. It's pretty actually really great and great balance. But if you're always taking mental health day, then I'd say that's probably, not to judge anyone, but I'm just saying that I think that means that you got something else going on, and maybe you should take care of that something else, whatever that is. People make excuses about things all the time, so I'm not trying to advocate for excuse making. I'm not trying to advocate for overuse of mental health days, of course, or things like that. But yeah, so mental health is really important, because where we're at, how we are, where we're at with things, how we're feeling about things is super important, because that's where we're coming from. And where we come from determines where we go. It determines how we do, how well we do with things, how we handle things. So it's really important to be your best self. Now, are you going to be able to be your best self all the time? No. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about being your best self all the time. Honestly, don't. That's too much of a waste, in my opinion. It's too much of a waste to worry about being your best self all the time. It's much better to live your life, do the best you can, show up, work hard, take care of your responsibilities, watch a little TV, read a little book, go take a walk, get outside, sit in a chair outside, listen to the birds, walk on the beach, walk down the road, take a salt bath, take a bubble bath, put some Epsom salt in there or something, light a candle, things like that, those kinds of things. That stuff is awesome, and that stuff is important. And for you guys who don't know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there's a lot of blessings that we have. There's a lot of really awesome, amazing things we have in our lives that we recognize as members of the church, and that just come with being a member of the church. This is not like, it is technically a membership bonus in a way, but it's not like, I'm just trying not to make it sound like too silly, like, oh, you're part of the club, so now you get this extra package. It's like, this is a byproduct of being a follower of Christ. This is a byproduct of making covenants with God the Father, to follow Him and His Son, and to do what is right. And when you do those things, you keep your promises with God, He keeps His promises with you, and He blesses you. So there's a lot of really amazing blessings that come with being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But also, your mental health is important still. It's still important. It doesn't become not important. Just because you're a member in the church doesn't mean you don't need to take care of yourself. I mean, come on, right? Am I right? Come on, hello, right? Of course, it doesn't mean that you don't need to take care of yourself. We always need to take care of ourselves, except for when we can't. Sometimes we just can't, and that's not, and that shouldn't be often, because if it's often, then that's a problem. And if that's a problem, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. That's when you might need to do something about it and talk to someone about it. Ask for help. Those kinds of things. Talk to somebody, and I really hope that you find someone who you need to. Find the person you need to talk to, and talk to God. You can talk to God anytime, and He is always listening, and He does really love you. He is your Father in heaven, but He does exist. He is real. But yeah, so mental health is super important. It's just really super important, and I've learned a lot about that while I've been at school. It's been amazing, and One of the core principles we believe in our church is that knowledge is forever. Like, the name of the game is learning and growing and progressing. Infinite progression. Like, progress always. Never stop progressing. Just a minute. Never stop progressing. And I'm really thankful, and it's really cool how at school I've been learning, my brain's been growing, I've been getting smarter, because that's what happens when you go to school, theoretically. That's what you want to happen. That's the positive outcome. That's what should be happening. And that's an expectable result if you're trying and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Unless there's some really big problems in there, you know. Let's see. So, yeah, it's really cool how in school, as I've been learning and progressing and growing and furthering my education, preparing for my future, it's really cool how, and you know, my future is going to be in mental health and helping people, possibly via social work or therapy of some sort, something like that. That's what my future looks like, and I'm preparing for that. And I'm just really struck by how relevant it is, and how, you know, I grew up with some crazy stuff, and I mean, I did not have, nowadays everybody's childhood is messed up, unfortunately. Nowadays it seems like everybody has kind of a messed up childhood, at least most people, it seems, or at least a lot of people do. I had a messed up childhood. But I also had a very blessed, wonderful, happy childhood. My childhood was happy, but traumatic. And my parents divorced when I was 2, so I never knew what life with both parents in the house was like. I had a lot of step-parents afterwards, a lot of stepfathers and a stepmom. And for better and for worse, good situations and bad. And some of the stepfathers were abusive. Some of them had drug problems. Some of them had more than one had drug problems. One had a severe drinking problem, and 2 of them were physically abusive. So I've grown up in a lot of crazy stuff, and my mom was hospitalized because of the stuff that we went through. That she went through too. She went through it too with the husbands she was married to, my stepfathers, and the problems that came from that. And so I know from experience how devastating things can be, and I know from experience how important mental health is, because my mom's mental health was not there, and that changed my life. It changed my siblings' lives. It changed my grandparents' lives, who took care of us and who are our step-in parents, basically, which is really wonderful. But yeah, so mental health is super important, and I'm really glad I got to share that with you, that little bit of personal experience. So yeah, I know how important it is. I was definitely medicated for a while, and still am. No, I'm not anymore. But no shame if you are. It's okay. Medicine is okay. Some people there's a lot of opinions about medicine, and I understand that, and I think that's totally, absolutely fine. Totally fine. But, yeah, there's no shame in being on medicine. You can be on the wrong medicine, and you can abuse it, and there can be good and bad versions of it. But, no, it's all important, taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health. And it's the one thing, it's one thing that we just don't really think about that much. And I honestly, with other people in my lives, I haven't even thought about it with them at all, really. Like, and it's really crazy, because it's like, what an important, relevant thing. And I just haven't even thought about it at all. I've never really thought about my dad's mental health. I've thought about it in an abstract way, like not really like specifically about his mental health, but in different ways. And so, yeah, it's just pretty crazy. I'm gonna get going here, but I just wanted to make this little video here about mental health and about why it's so important. So we'll definitely get into this a little bit more as we go, as I make more videos. But I've got a little adventure to go on here real quick, so I will talk to you later. And if I remember, I'll tell you about this adventure.